Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Hollow Man movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. The story of Hollow Man, 2000, is a sci-fi horror story about the genius and selfish scientist Sebastian Cain, who develops a serum for the US Army that enables him to make the subject invisible. Sebastian volunteers to be the first human to undergo the experiment, succeeding in becoming an invisible person. But when his team fails to return him to his normal state, Sebastian begins to lose his mind and becomes more aggressive and dangerous. Sebastian exploits his new state to sneak into the outside world and bully, harass and kill his colleagues. He tries. The surviving team faces Sebastian and stops him before killing them all. The story begins with Sebastian showing him working in a highly secret laboratory under military control. He succeeds in re-emerging an invisible female gorilla that was the subject of his previous experiments. Sebastian tells the supervisory committee that includes his mentor Howard Kramer that he is close to success, but needs more time. Sebastian lies to the committee and convinces part of his team to move into human trials without the consent of the military, keeping the rest in the dark. Sebastian chooses himself as the subject of the experiment and succeeds in becoming an invisible person. Sebastian enjoys walking around the lab to scare and joke with his colleagues, one of which involves harassing Sarah. The team becomes worried that Sebastian is taking these jokes too far. The operation fails to reappear him, and he almost dies. Sebastian is quarantined in the lab because of his condition, and researchers make a latex mask for him to wear around the lab. With constant tests being conducted and his inability to adapt to isolation, Sebastian defies instructions and leaves the building and returns to his apartment. Sebastian discovers that Linda, his ex-girlfriend who is a scientist on his team, is dating Matt, his co-worker. Sebastian is jealous and decides to take revenge on them. He follows Linda and Matt to their apartment and tries to rape Linda and kill Matt. Matt succeeds in escaping with Linda and calls the police. Sebastian returns to the lab and kills Howard Kramer, who came to investigate his project. Sebastian tries to destroy the lab and escape, but the team resists him. Sebastian kills Carter, Janice and Frank, and is seriously injured. Matt, Linda and Sarah manage to restart the generator who can re-emerge Sebastian. Sebastian tries to kill Linda, but Matt saves her and hits Sebastian with a hammer. Sebastian appears partially, looks distorted and burned. Sebastian tries to kill Matt again, but Linda detonates the generator that explodes and kills Sebastian. Matt, Linda and Sarah survive the lab and call an ambulance. And here we will have reached the end of our movie. Here are some quotes from our movie. One of the most famous quotes in the film is the one Sebastian tells his colleague Matt after he becomes invisible. "It's amazing what you can do when you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror anymore." This quote shows how much Sebastian changed after he lost his visual identity and became able to do anything without being seen or held accountable for it. This quote expresses Sebastian's loss of conscience and morality, and his slide into madness and violence. Another famous quote is the one Sebastian tells the supervisory committee overseeing his project. "You don't make history by following the rules, you are taking over the moment." This quote shows Sebastian's ambition and desire to achieve a historic scientific achievement at any cost. Sebastian justifies with this quote his departure from law and morality, and carrying out human experiments without the consent of the military or his colleagues. This quote expresses a lack of respect for authority, responsibility and cooperation. A third famous quote is the one Matt tells Linda about Sebastian. "My fifth-grade teacher told me that genius is the ability to go from A to Z, without having to go through the B and T. Sebastian can do it, but for me, I need a B and a T." This quote shows how much Matt respected Sebastian's intelligence and ability to solve problems quickly and creatively. This quote expresses the difference between genius, talent and effort. There are many other quotes in the film that add to the story, characters and atmosphere. Like Sebastian's joke about Superman, Wonder Woman and the Invisible Man, or the conversation between Sebastian and the boy and girl in the car next door, or Sebastian's words to Dr. Kramer before killing him. All these quotes make the film more exciting, suspenseful and tense. In conclusion, Hollow Man, 2000, is a movie worth watching because of its wonderful, expressive and moving quotes. These quotes reflect the character of the hero Sebastian Cain, and his evolution from a genius scientist to a mad assassin. These quotes add to the story, characters and atmosphere, and make the film more exciting, suspenseful and tense. Technical information about the film. First, in terms of production, Hollow Man, 2000, is directed by Paul Verhoeven, written by Andrew W. Marlowe, and starring Elizabeth Shaw, Kevin Bacon, Josh Brolin, Kim Dickens, Greg Grunberg, Joey Slotnick, Mary Randall, and William Devine. The film is based on the novel The Invisible Man by Herbert George Wells. The film is produced by Columbia Pictures, Red Wagon Productions, Global Entertainment Productions, and Medan KG. The budget spent on the film is $95 million. Second, in terms of screening, Hollow Man, 2000, was released in the USA on August 4, 2000, and in Germany on October 12, 2000. The duration of the film is 112 minutes, but there is a director's version that extends to 119 minutes. The film is rated R by the US Film Rating Commission, for containing strong violence scenes, obscene language, some sexual scenes, and nudity. The film grossed $190.2 million globally. Third, in terms of rating, Hollow Man, 2000, received negative reviews by critics and audiences. The film scored 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and 24 out of 100 on Metacritic. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 2001, but lost to the film Gladiator. The film won 7 awards, and was nominated for 15 other awards. Sound. The film uses Dolby Digital and Sony Dynamic Digital sound and datas. The film has a soundtrack composed by Jerry Goldsmith, which adds to the atmosphere, horror and suspense. The film also contains some songs that appear in some scenes, such as Power Struggle by Sonic and I'm, and Charlie Big Potato by the band Skunk Anansie. Colors. The film uses the Technicolor color scheme, which gives the film high quality and consistency in colors. The film also uses some color effects to highlight Sebastian's hidden state. For example, when Sebastian becomes invisible, the film appears in dull and fading colors, while when it appears partially, the film appears in bright and saturated colors. Camera. The film uses the RE435 and RE535 camera, which give the film high resolution and smooth movement. The film also uses some camera techniques to create special effects. For example, when Sebastian becomes invisible, the film uses a thermal camera to show his body temperature. When Sebastian moves in water or smoke, the film uses a slow-motion camera to show its distortion of the material. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.